Hi, I am Podipaldan. Today I am going to discuss about the harmful microorganism of standard 8. The microorganism which are able to create the defined types of disease or spoils our food, they are commonly termed as the harmful microorganism. Now, what is disease? Disease means combination of critical condition which affects on our health. What is health now? Now, health is a well-being condition of living organism on the basis of its mentality, physicality and socially, that known as a health. Now, when any disease causing microorganism or the pathogen which enter into our body, if he surpass the immunity system of our body, then these pathogens are able to create the disease that will effects on our health. Now, defined microorganisms are responsible for creating the defined types of disease. Generally, the unicellular microorganisms, those are able to create the disease, they are termed as a pathogen. The first one, there are some pathogens named which are creating the defined types of disease. The first one is flu virus, creating the common cold. Creating the common cold. The second one, influenza virus, creating the influenza disease. The third one, HIV virus. HIV virus means human immunodeficiency virus. If this virus enter into our body, then they can destroy our immunity system. Generally, they can kill the WBC cell and reduce the amount of WBC cell into the 500 per DL blood. Hence, they are termed as a human immunodeficiency virus. They are creating the specialized disease that known as a AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, where our immune system are collapsed. Now, these three are belong to the virus category. They are the non-cellular microorganisms. So, the non-cellular microorganisms are also able to create the disease. Now, the Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Diplococcus pneumoniae, even the Vibrio cholerae, they are the bacteria. This type of pathogen belongs to the bacteria category because they are commonly known as a unicellular prokaryotic plant, and they are also creating the defined types of disease. The for example, Mycobacterium tuberculosis creating the tuberculosis disease, Vibrio cholerae creating the cholera disease, and the third one, Diplococcus pneumoniae creating the pneumonia disease. Similarly, some protozoans, the unicellular animals, primitive animals, they are also can causes the defined types of disease. For an example, Plasmodium are creating the malaria. These are all the disease. Now next, this disease can be two types. One is the inborn, or since this type of disease present since the birth, but after the birth by the environmental factor or the pathogen when enter into our body, they can causes the disease. These are known as a acquired disease. Acquired disease means the disease occur after the birth. This type of disease can be two types. One is the infectious. If the disease can be transferred from infected person to a normal person, they are termed as a infectious disease. For an example, someone having the common cold. Now when he sneezes or cough, he discharging the air droplets into the air. By this air droplets, this pathogen of common cold or the flu virus can enter the neighbor's body, and the neighbor's one or the normal person one are also fall in the common cold. That's why the common cold is known as a infectious disease. Commonly, the infectious disease is also termed as a communicable disease because this disease can communicate between the infected person to a normal person. Now, second hand, on the other hand, that is the non-infectious disease. This type of disease does not transfer from infected person to a normal person. For an example, someone having the digestional problem. This type of disease totally belongs to that person, or someone is dwarf in nature, or having the dwarfism. Dwarfism means the person having the less than 4 feet height. Now, this disease cannot be transferred from those infected person to a normal person. That's why it's known as a non-infectious disease or non-communicable disease, because it cannot be communicated from the infected person to a normal person. Now, in our environment, there are present some organisms which also help to spread the disease. For example, the mosquito and the housefly also help in the spreading of disease. The mosquito generally act as a vector. What is vector? Vector are those organisms which carries the pathogen inside of its body and help to spread the disease. They are termed as a vector. The mosquito act as a vector in spreading the different types of disease. We know that the mosquito are two types, generally the male and the female. The male cannot suck our blood because they contain the thick sucker-like structure, or their sting are quite thick. So this thick sting can penetrate our skin, whereas the female can suck our blood because they contain the thin sting. Now there are the three different types of mosquitoes. One is the Anopheles, second one is the Culex, and the third one is the Aedes. Now the female Anopheles carrying the Plasmodium and help to spread the malaria disease. The female Anopheles carrying the Plasmodium inside of its body and help to spread the malaria from infected person to a normal person. Similarly, the Aedes virus or the female Aedes virus carrying the dengue virus inside of its body and help to spread the dengue from infected person to a normal person. The third one, the female Culex mosquito carries the filarial worm or the Wucheria bancrofti inside of its body and help to spread this disease or the filaria from infected person to a normal person. On the another hand, some carrier present which carries the pathogen or the disease causing microorganism by using of its external body parts. They are termed as a carrier. Now, housefly act as a carrier. Generally, the habitat of the housefly, they are mostly found on the dustbin or the dirty places. The pathogens of the diarrhea, dysentery, all may attach with the wings or legs of the housefly, and this housefly fly on our food and help to mix those pathogens within our food. When we eat this type of food, then this pathogen will enter into our body. If this pathogen surpass our immune system, they can cause the disease. So the first term, the microorganisms which are responsible for the creating the disease are completed. Now second one, some microorganism may spoils our food. How the microorganism spoils our food? If the food materials contain the minimum amount of water or the sufficient amount of water, that will promote the growth of some saprophytic microorganism. A saprophytic microorganism means those microorganisms can decompose the dead and decay materials. Now, this microorganism will present on the food materials and discharge some degradative enzymes which spoils the taste of the food materials. I think that's enough for the harmful microorganism. In our next class, we will discuss about the conservation of food and the nitrogen circle. Thank you.